Welcome, actors. You made it. Welcome to Screen Acting School. So you can go ahead, grab your cup of coffee or whatever your vice is, open your heart, and get ready for the real work, okay? But remember, this isn't a TV show, it's a class, and it's not free. You're paying by showing up and doing the work. But let's be real for a second. So many of you are watching our free acting classes and you still don't subscribe to the YouTube channel. So confusing to us. So if you're serious about booking those roles, then go ahead and subscribe. You can keep watching others get ahead while you stay stuck, or you can take action right now. So subscribe and get serious about your craft. Hit that button because I promise you, magic is waiting. Now, as you can see, and as I've already told you, Casey is here with us today, but she's got no voice. And as Virginia pointed out, and she was absolutely 100% correct, Casey was yelling way too loud for her son at his soccer tournament. So today, I will be the voice of Casey. I have dual personalities today just for one day. But here's what I want to tell you. If Casey could talk, she would tell you this. In today's lesson, you're going to learn about castable emotional transitions. Okay, really, really important. Now, casting hates bad emotional transitions. Agents won't send you out if your work isn't emotionally true. So today we're teaching you how to get it right. Okay, you guys? So I want to give you an example. You know, when you see a really long paragraph and you just don't want to read it? Or worse, if it's all written in caps, right? But if you saw the text line by line, you'd scroll through it. But you get the idea even better if maybe it was in sentence case. Maybe some of the words were bolded to create importance, right? Maybe some of the words were italicized to create that gentle emphasis. And maybe some of them were all caps to let you know there was some yelling going on there. And that would make all the difference, wouldn't it? I'm sure you've all got emails where you thought, ugh, I'm not reading that whole big long thing, but there's certain points that stand out, right? It makes a world of difference. And by the way, as actors, you should know that this is what bold, italics, and all caps mean for you, okay? That's the writer giving you a map to understand what the scene needs emotionally. So keep that in mind. Really, really important. Now, if Casey could talk, she would tell you, I'm Casey, your acting and audition coach. She lives in a cozy cabin on a farm in the woods, surrounded by 100 chickens, 3 cats, 2 dogs, a few humans who wander in and out. And it's her little slice of heaven. And she wouldn't have it any other way. But what really gets her fired up is helping actors around the world deliver grounded, fearless performances that get them noticed. That's her jam. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Donna-Marie. I'm your mindset and visualization coach here at Screen Acting School. Now, I'm a city girl at heart. I thrive on energy, action, and really the rush of helping actors believe in themselves so powerfully that casting directors start to believe in them too. And there is nothing that I love more than watching actors step into their full potential and really start owning those roles. I've seen it with so many of you, and lately we've had a few really special ones, so it's just beautiful. Now, together, Casey and I have coached actors who've walked the red carpets at the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the Emmys. They book life-changing roles in the biggest shows in the world. So we do come with receipts, and today we're here for you. We're ready to help you step into your star power. Okay? So again, if Casey could talk, because this is normally her portion, she would tell you you are going to learn 3 things today. Okay? Number one, how to master emotional transitions. You're going to learn how to make emotional shifts feel smooth and real. Number two, how to bridge emotions like a pro. You're going to discover how to go from emotions like desperation to hope and beyond with bridge emotions that carry you through that scene. And then number three, you're going to learn mindset for authentic connection. So you're going to uncover how to shift your mindset to connect deeply with your character's emotional journey. Sound good to everyone? Thumbs up. All right, let's get into it. So, transitions in your acting and your own emotions are very, very similar, you guys, okay? So, before we get into it, I'm going to explain why you need emotional transitions to create great castable acting. So, emotions aren't static, right? We know this. They shift. So, whether it's going from joy to sadness or anger to calm, transitions give your character's emotional journey depth. And without them, emotions can feel out of place, right? So embrace those shifts. They make the scene feel authentic and grounded. And transitions don't just reveal emotions, they show who your character is. So going from, let's say, desperation to determination or anger to understanding makes your character feel relatable and real. And these shifts really let the audience watch your character evolve. And that creates a compelling transformation. So, emotional tension is the heartbeat of drama. Transitions let you build and release that tension. So, whether it's shifting from suspicion to trust or doubt to confidence, these emotional changes keep the audience engaged, and that makes them feel every twist and turn in that character's journey. So, first of all, I want to ask, and you can go ahead and pop it in the chat, who here is familiar with the concept of emotional changes in the script? And are you currently going through your auditions and actively looking for those emotional changes before you put that audition together? So go ahead, pop it in the chat. Let me know. I want to know how familiar you are. Virginia says me. Taylor says me. Mel says me. Yes, well, a lot of you are in Audition Plus, so I know you guys are familiar. Absolutely. Meta's giving a thumbs up. Absolutely. Abigail says you're a little bit familiar, Abigail. Okay, great. So this is gonna help you a lot today then. Lori says, yes, she's familiar. Barbara says, yes, looking for the changes when learning lines. Wonderful. Christopher says, me. Chaz says, I'm generally familiar, but I'd love to learn more. Yeah, absolutely, Chaz. Beth says, I'm always looking for the changes in beat. Mel says, I love the challenge of finding them even in the non-speaking or one-line auditions. Yeah, they're always there, right, Mel? Absolutely. Abigail says, I appreciate you ladies a lot. Well, we appreciate you, Abigail. We're so happy to have you here. Wonderful. Mel says, yes, always there. So it sounds like you're all familiar to a point. Some of you more than others. Some of you are looking to learn more, but you have the idea, you get the concept of this. So that is wonderful. Fantastic. So here's why transitions matter, you guys. Transitions are really that secret sauce. Okay, they're like the Big Mac sauce for that. I love Big Macs. They're the secret sauce to a performance that feels real, dynamic, and emotionally impactful. Okay, they're what allows your character to grow, to connect, and to evolve through the scene. Without them, quite honestly, you may as well be just reading lines off of a script. There is no difference. I think Casey's saying you're a robot. I love miming Casey. I will just say, Casey's husband said he's so happy because Casey is normally not a very quiet person. So I think he's getting a little bit of peace in the house this week. Exactly. So without them, you may as well be reading the lines off of a script. So take the time to embrace that emotional journey. But remember, it is the transitions that make everything come to life. Okay. Because what happens a lot and what Casey and I see a lot is some actors will tell it all to you really quickly, but you have no idea what they just said. You feel nothing. And then other times, actors will maybe yell the lines at you, and maybe they'll have extreme intensity and emotion for the whole time. But you don't really get the story. You don't see that transition, right? Other times, actors will create awkward transitions and they feel forced and abrupt. So, to create beautiful transitions, as Casey would say, you need a little white space emotionally, okay? Now, you can do that by using a few tools that we teach you in Audition Plus. And Casey has written this for me. And what she would tell you is to start with a few words. We're going to start with 3 words, okay? Those words are but, and however. And I'm going to get you guys to try this out in just a moment, okay? So the 3 words are but, and however. And if you think those words between the scripted words, you've made space for us to breathe between the lines. So I want you guys to say this line, okay? Say the lines, I love you, you hurt me, okay? And then I want you to add in between those lines, but, and, or however. So I love you, but you hurt me. I love you and you hurt me. I love you, however, you hurt me. Now say just you can say that part silently to yourself, that word, but I want you to go ahead and try it now. And I want you to try it with all 3 of those words, and I want you to notice the difference between them because I'm going to be asking you some questions. This is the part where you're paying for that class, doing the work. So try it with all 3. I love you, insert the word, you hurt me. I'll give you just a moment to go through the 3 of them. I love you, you hurt me. Yes, those are the lines. And then I want to ask you what you noticed when you're finished. What's the difference between using those 3 words? Did you find a difference, between using and, or between using but, or between using however? Did you find a difference using any of those words? Sage said the but felt more emotional. Virginia says, it changed how I felt about the second half. Okay. Abigail says, anger and sadness. Shafine says, you felt a big difference. Cool. Yeah. Beth says, how I'd act afterwards. Yeah. Yeah. A difference of where you felt it, said Lori. Isn't that interesting? Right? How just inserting one word in your mind can change that scene, can change that transition, right? So, but generally stops the action. It means there's a problem, right? And allows for some forgiveness. Maybe things will work out, right? I love you and you hurt me, or I love you, but you hurt me. However, it's a little more incisive, right? A little more judgmental, smarter too. So it opens things up for discussion, right? I love you. However, you hurt me. So it makes such a difference. And just adding that small little word in there to help create that transition can be huge, right? Abigail says, it feels as though I'm talking to the other character with sadness. I love you, but you really hurt me and I'm willing to forgive you. Yeah, it changes things, right? It really, really does. And there are other ways to create transitions too, okay? A huge one that we talk about a lot in Audition Plus, as you guys will know if you're with us there, are bridge emotions. Okay, so let's take those lines. So the dialogue, I love you, your emotion during that line may be regret, right? And then the second line of dialogue, you hurt me, your emotion may be resentment when you're saying that, like you're resenting that person because they hurt you. So to get from the regret to the resentment, you need a bridge emotion. And that bridge emotion may be disbelief. So the bridge emotions help you get from regret to resentment. Okay, so you go regret, disbelief, resentment. Disbelief is the bridge. That way it's a smooth transition. It's not jarring. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, because most people try to go from the one emotion right to the next, and it's jarring. That's not how we are in real life, you guys, right? We go through all of this in our mind. So there are a few more ways to create smooth transitions, and one of them are using pauses and silence. So just like we left space in the text earlier, leaving a little silence or pausing between lines really allows you to reflect emotionally. So you're not jumping or rushing from one emotion to the next. You let that transition breathe. And a well timed pause is often the most powerful tool in an actor's arsenal. So during a pause, consciously check in with your character's thoughts. Okay. So, what do they need to process before responding? How does the silence impact your mental state? Are you reevaluating or reconsidering your choices, just like you would do in real life if you were speaking to that person? Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah? Awesome. I am stand-in Casey today. This would normally be her part. So I'm glad my explanation is working for you all. Another thing that you can do is vocal shifts. Okay, you guys. So your voice is your biggest emotional indicator. The pitch, the volume, the speed, it can help you guide a transition. So if you're moving, let's say, from calm to angry, you might start slow and soft, right? Then increase volume and speed as your character's anger builds. So, mentally track how you feel physically when you're transitioning emotionally. So, how does your voice reflect your internal shift? Do you maybe speak faster when you're anxious or louder when you're angry? Use these cues in your acting to give the transition more depth. Does all of that make sense to everyone? Yeah. Casey's saying, I love that I can see people taking notes. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. We love keeners. And as I said, you can always come back and rewatch this again and again on our YouTube channel. So if you miss anything or you need to reinforce that because we really believe in repetition, go ahead, rewatch it. It makes all of the difference, you guys. Great work. So now we're moving into the fun stuff. This is my realm, the mindset work. Okay. So, how does mindset and transition work? So, incorporating mindset work with emotional transitions, you guys, is a game changer. So, often emotions or emotional shifts aren't just about changing how you feel. Okay. They're about changing how you think about the situation. Does that make sense to everyone? So it's not just about changing how you feel, it's about changing how you think about the situation. So, what you need to do is really anchor your performance in real mental shifts. So, for example, let's say you're transitioning from desperation to hope. That's a big leap, right? So, desperation, you feel like, oh my gosh, everything's slipping away, right? Maybe you're acting impulsively, you're trying to cling on to anything that might help, right? Now, acceptance and determination are actually the bridge emotions between desperation and hope. So, to go from desperation to hope, you can incorporate acceptance and determination. So, when you're accepting of something, you say to yourself, okay, this is happening. I'm feeling bad, but it's not forever. Like, this is what it is, right? Now, when you're determined, you're saying to yourself, you know what? I can and I will do this. I will persist. I'll get through this. That's determination. And then when you get to hope, you kind of have that moment of realization, right? It hits you that, you know what? I can move forward and you make a choice. So the mindset shift that accompanies this is huge. You're going from feeling absolutely helpless to believing something can and will change. So I want you to focus on the thoughts driving these shifts. Okay. So as I said, in desperation, you might have thoughts of like, I'm out of options. This is it. There's nothing else I can do here. But when you feel hope, those thoughts shift to, I can't give up. Maybe there's another way. So, what you can do and what you should do is practice those thoughts. Practice those thoughts to help fuel your personal transitions, and then you can use them in a grounded way in your scenes. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah, someone saying, Abigail says parts of me have a hard time believing in hope. Oh, Abigail, you've got to work on that. Go back and watch some of the mindset classes. That's a huge portion of this, right? It's so important your mindset in acting as you're moving forward. And trust me, you can do it. I believe I've seen it happen more times than you know. So, to sum this up, everyone, emotional transitions are about creating space for the emotions to unfold. Okay. So, just like how we use those simple little tools like but, and however, you can also use the mindset and emotional connectors like those bridge emotions to smoothly guide your audience through your emotional arc. Now, I'm just going to add this here. If you are in Audition Plus, Casey has a list of bridge emotions in there. So you can see, okay, I need to get from this emotion, my character goes from this emotion to this emotion. How do I bridge that? Right? And then you practice those. You practice those on a daily basis. It's so, so important, right? So remember to embrace those pauses. Okay, embrace the silence and use your voice as a tool to connect your inner world to the character's journey. And with these techniques, your transitions won't just be felt, they'll be understood on a deeper, more authentic level. Yeah, and that's what it's all about, you guys, right? So today you learned number one, how to master emotional transitions to make your shifts feel smooth and totally believable. Number two, how to bridge emotions like a pro, effortlessly moving from emotions like desperation to hope. And that's a big leap. And every emotion in between. And then number three, how to shift your mindset to create that real emotional connection with your character so that you can make every moment count. So today we told you what you need to do to create those truthful emotional changes. And in Audition Plus, we go deeper and we show you exactly how to do it, right? As those of you who are in Audition Plus with us know. Now, I do want to dispel a little myth, okay? I want to dispel the idea that you need to be ready to do it. You don't have to be ready. No one is ever truly ready. So that perfect day when everything aligns, guess what? It never comes. So you can keep waiting for the right moment, watching other actors, land role after role, or you can do the work right now. Jump in. Do it scared if you have to. And Audition Plus gives you the tools to book those life-changing roles, whether you're ready or not. So take Virginia, for example, who's here with us right now. She just booked a series. Yeah. Or Mel, a lead in a series. Or Mel, who landed her first role in a feature. I'm not sure if Mel's with us today. I can't see everyone all at once. She normally is. But Mel, who just landed her first role in a feature. There are NDAs on both, so we can't spill all the details, but trust us, these are life-changing roles. So the work works. The roles are there for those who show up and put in the effort. So do it now, because the longer that you wait, the longer you'll be stuck watching others live your dream. So join Audition Plus with us today. Your time is now. I'm going to pop the link in for you right now. And you can go ahead and copy and paste that if you would like to join us. We would love to help you move forward. Someone is saying fabulous, Beth. So I'm guessing, Beth, did you just book also? If so, yay! So fantastic. Wonderful, you guys. So I'll pop that link in one more time. And then I think we should all give Casey a round of applause because guess what? This is what it's about. Showing up and doing the work, even when you're not at your best. She's still here for you guys. She still wrote all of her stuff in, even though I had to read it. I'm not quite the greatest Casey, but she'll be back with you next week. She's going to drink lots of tea and lots of honey, she's told me. So, yes, thank you, Casey, for joining us anyways. We hope you all enjoyed today's class. And if you are serious about moving your career forward, don't be scared. Get in and do the work. Go ahead and copy that link. And then I think we're going to say that is a wrap for us today. What do you think, Casey? Thumbs up? Yes. Oh, 1 second. No. I think she's typing, guys. Oh, Malcolm saying thank you. Laura saying thank you. Virginia said this. I just heard the quote, "You can't wait for confidence from doing things right." Yeah. Yeah, you can't wait for confidence. You've got to do it. It does come from doing the work. 100%. Absolutely. You're so welcome, everyone. It is absolutely our pleasure. It's great to have Casey back with us in some capacity. She'll be healed next week. Everyone's saying feel better soon, Casey. Wonderful. Wonderful. Have a great day, everyone. It has been such a pleasure. Remember, do the work. You can do it. All right, we'll see you soon. Have a great day, everyone.